Hey everyone, welcome to Bricking with Friends and the wonderful little Lego family that we have here. So, unfortunately, Chris is not here today because he is feeling under the weather. So, we are sending all kinds of healing vibes to him. Just realized I am not centered in my camera either. Oh, weird now. Well, crap. Okay, I'm just going to be off center. Y'all can just deal with that. And but we do have Nicole here, and we also have Martin and Mark here. Yay!
Yay! Hey.
Thank you guys for filling in for Chris. It is always awesome to have people joining in, and you are just two more Lego brothers in the family.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Obviously, we don't match up to Chris. That's why you need to get two extras. Yeah.
No.
We have Owries, but our Owries don't measure up. It's fine.
Oh,
We're at peace with that.
funny you should mention that, Mark. Look what I picked up to build today.
Oh,
Owrie.
Yeah.
I love building my Owrie. Oh my goodness, it's so fun.
I was like, everyone else has got one. I want one too.
Now you have one for yourself.
and it's a nice little owl battle pack.
Yeah, exactly.
It is a
You
great
need
owl.
owls. Just buy that set.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the thing I like about this set is it can stand alone. It doesn't have to go with the castle. So if you just like a castle theme, you can just have it on its own as a tower. So yeah.
Yeah. It is a great set.
It's
And
the
the owls are
only
just
Harry
so
Potter
cute.
set I have on display.
Mine's somewhere back.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in there.
Yeah.
You know where
Just
all
wave
that
your hand around the
is?
screen.
It's
There.
somewhere back there.
Yeah, that's
I need
it.
to clean
There.
that up.
I see it there.
Oh wait, it's that right there.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
There's little white tops for the snow,
Mhm.
and that's the only one that has. Yeah, that's the only one that has white, because all the rest of those is the 2018 to 2020, and then the last series, and then that one. The other ones are sitting down here.
Yeah.
Because me and my backlog, pretty famous for it at this point, or infamous, one of the two. However you want to look at it.
Wow.
So, what all are we building today? Let's start with Martin. Well, we already know. But
Yeah. The Owlry. So set 76430. As I say, everyone else had one, so I wanted one too.
It's good value at the moment. In game, I think it's 26.
Yeah. I think I got this for roughly the same, something like that.
Yeah. Just it for the pieces you get. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny that you guys have a store that's literally called Game.
Yes.
That's it. Just
It
Game.
it is GameStop in the UK because we get the GameStop exclusive stuff occasionally. So it is GameStop. It's just we I don't know why we don't call it GameStop.
I don't know. So the stores that you guys have, it's like you're either that's over here too. You're either missing like half of the name, or they changed out one letter because you guys got TK Maxx and we have TJ Maxx.
We couldn't have TJ Maxx. I know that TJ Maxx was something else, so that's why we got a TK.
Okay.
And
we know it's my brother used to work for them many years ago, so I know that they were TJ Maxx, and they're TJ Maxx in all the paperwork. So, but we used to have in the UK we had Electronics Boutique, which I know is I don't know if it's still in the US, but we used to have that here, Electronics Boutique. We used to have Game Station, and Game, then Game Station and Game merged.
Yeah. And now they're bought out by Fraser's.
Now
I wonder if Electronic Boutique was Radio Shack.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't
It
know.
might have been.
But Radio Shack was gone here too. It's pretty much gone.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no Radio Shack here.
Oh, well, we have Toys R Us back in.
Yeah, they're coming back in pieces.
Yeah, we have them in our newsagents. So WH Smith in the UK have Toys R Us inside the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, our
But in
Macy's.
Japan, they're still prevalent, and I think in Canada's still got Toys R Us in abundance.
Yeah,
Some countries have still got them.
Yeah, Canada has them as standalone stores still, but here in the U.S., they're inside Macy's. Which is
so
weird.
okay.
Yeah. So, Mark, what are you building today?
So I am building Miles Morales versus Mobius.
Yay!
Set
Yes!
1664. There's
Spider-Man.
There's bats, so it counts.
It counts.
There's Spider-Men, so it counts.
It counts.
It counts.
It counts. I thought about getting that set because of Mobius, because I finally got around to watching the movie. I was like, okay, the movie's really good. Do I really want to buy a Lego set based off of a movie? I don't know.
Yeah.
There was reasons to buy a set.
Decided to back off and not buy it.
It does, however, come with paper bags.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I've opened sets from this year and I still have not had a paper bag.
Saying that, my towers got plastic bags, and that's a new set.
Yeah, my Allery was plastic bags. Every set I've built this year so far, all plastic.
Yeah.
Paper inner bags too. This is the first time I've had paper inner bags.
Paper
Don't
inner
get
bags.
plastic inner bags.
Yeah.
Wow.
Baby
I-
inner bags.
See, I think it's just a UK thing. I don't think they exist in the US, even though I know other people would argue with me and say, oh no, I've had paper bags. I'm like, I don't believe you because I have not seen a single paper bag yet.
It's still a minute.
Hey, Eric, how are you?
It's still a minute percentage. Like I think for every 20 sets I build, I might get one with paper bags.
Okay. I've had a few. Sets of paper bags.
I think my most recent sets were all paper bags as well.
The Burrows was definitely paper. That was all paper bags. Oh, tell a lie. There was like one bag. There was one small bag that was plastic inside a big bag, but then everything else was paper bags, even the small ones. So they must still be. They're still in that transition phase.
The effect pieces are still plastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hi,
That's
Chris.
the holes
Hey,
in.
Chris, how are you?
Missing you.
Yes, we are missing
Get
you.
well
Better soon. Healing vibes are being sent your way. All kinds of them.
Sparkly ones are the best.
The sparkly ones are the best. Yes. Even though I could potentially argue that the cat-haired ones are the best, since he is a cat lover too.
Yes.
Unless they're going to mess with his sinuses, then maybe not. Hey, Mavericks, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Oh, I forgot to check other stuff here. Don't mind me looking like I'm looking all crazy and stuff. I'm a little
disappointed with the fig. No leg printing at all.
no leg printing.
Nope, just blank legs.
Yeah.
Well, that's just silly. You should have.
And the arms are blank as well. Literally, it's just the torso and the head.
Yeah, it should totally have.
Yeah.
I can't remember if he's got arm printing in the Bugle set. Because I know he comes in the Bugle set. I can't remember.
Does he come with arm printing in the Pocket Money mech? Because there's one of him in the mech, isn't there? Miles is in the mech.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
No. But it's, what a shame. Like,
Yeah. I have to say that when I was looking at the Bugle, because when I built the Bugle, I wasn't really looking at all the arms and legs. I was just like, 22 figs! Woo! 22 figs!
That would be me too. I would be like, oh my god, there's so many things. sets.
Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, that's retiring, isn't it, this year? The Bugle, is that going? I'm pretty sure that's retiring.
I have not been paying
don't
attention
wanna
to
think about
what's
it.
retiring.
Yeah, the list is quite a decent sized list this year.
It's a scary list.
Mm-hmm.
Like half of the sets, I'm sorry, they haven't even had enough time to be on a shelf.
No.
What's on this list?
I think there's like the city jungle sets, a few of those, like the
Yeah.
little biplane, the little plane with the, is it the alligators? They come
Yeah,
with.
the alligators and the tiger set.
Yeah,
That's
that's going.
retiring.
The tiger.
Mhm,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But
need
you
the
can-
tiger
you
though.
The tiger sold out, but it was original. You could get it until people found out. It was on Bricks and Pieces. For
Oh
£6,
yeah, bricks and pieces. Yeah,
but it's gone now. It's sold out. But you could literally pick a tiger out for £6.
yeah.
But I suppose the big ones. I mean, there's a ton of Star Wars sets, a ton of Dream sets. Like most
Yes.
of the first wave of Dreams is retiring,
Yes.
which
yeah.
is a shame. Like the turtle van, it needs to stay forever. Like who doesn't need a turtle van in their life?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
going.
That
Yeah.
was one of the ones I was considering potentially getting.
Yeah, the
I
shark
mean,
ship is going.
allegedly. I mean, these are all being marked in Lego's website as hard to
Right,
find type of that category they kind of go
Ah.
into before they
Yeah.
retire. But as we've known, if Lego get enough people going, oh my god, we need this in our life, then suddenly it's not.
Yeah,
So,
they'll change their mind. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
So
Lego, I
allegedly.
need the tiger in my life.
Yes.
Don't retire.
Everyone does.
Yeah, the Star Wars UCS 8080 is retiring. The most expensive set.
Yeah.
That's going.
Oh wow!
Yeah. It's
So
like
everybody get that if you don't have it already.
Yeah. It's like 750 quid, which is like $800, $900.
If you haven't got it now, are you really going to get it? That price, you would.
Yeah.
You'd have already picked it up.
Yeah, I think it was during Amazon Prime Day, price reduced.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
I
wouldn't be surprised if it's in Black Friday sales as well.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's the thing as well. Is Black Friday sales are where you find the sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Hogwarts Collector's Edition train, Hogwarts Express, that's retiring this year.
Yeah. I guess it hasn't been doing that great, so that kind of makes sense. I mean, I have one, but I haven't built it yet, so I don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Monkey Kid sets that are retiring as well, which is sad.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, on one hand, it really makes sense because by judged by the numbers of sets that get released every month for a normal store, they need to keep the sets somehow on shelves.
Yes.
More and more sets are coming, and none is retired.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it?
It makes sense that they do need to retire sets to make room for all the sets that they're releasing.
But,
Or I'm just going to put this out there. They could slow down on how many they're releasing every month.
Yeah, that was going to be my point. Do we need them to keep up this pace, or do we need them to slow down?
Yeah.
I need them to slow down.
Yeah, because the fan base isn't where, like, if you think about, I can't remember who I was talking to this about, and again, I could be talking out my rear end, but if you think about the end-to-end process from when a set is designed, I think it was on here actually, when a set is designed to when a set is released is roughly 18 months to 2 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when they're conceptually thinking of what to do, it's 2 years past. Well, what was 2 years ago? We were coming to the tail end of lockdown, back to normality. So people were starting to get back to their normal lives. They didn't have as much disposable income anymore because they were going back to the workplaces. So the phase we've just come from was the tail end of people still being, which is hard to believe. You think it was, how long ago it was now, but people were still at home, isolating, They were still working from home, so they didn't have the travel expenses, so they had a bit more disposable income, so people were using that to buy Lego. So I wonder, I was expecting that to have a knock-on effect to kind of be like, right, now our kind of core buying market is probably slowing down a bit. Let's dial back the sets. But we don't seem to see that. What we instead seem to see is sets are coming in and going out as quick as they come in because they want to get new stuff out.
Yeah.
It makes business sense. Like at the end of the day, Lego is a business. If people are going to buy, if they're relying on those day one sales, which again, I don't really think is worth it day one, because in a week's time it's going to be reduced anyway. It's somewhere, Amazon, etc. Like only buy something day one if you absolutely want it. Other than that, it's like you could wait to get it discounted, pay what you want to pay for it rather than what they're asking you to pay for it type of thing. It's like swings and roundabouts, that sort of thing. If it's a set you love and you want to buy it day one, 100% buy it day one. It's your money. But if it's a set you're interested in, then always just hold out just that little bit for a discount.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Is this? I thought it would have been a sign that they would have slowed down the themes and the sets and maybe gone back to quarterly releases. But we don't seem to be slowing down at all. We seem to be having hundreds of sets every month, and it's like we can't keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like if they keep up this pace, though, they're going to end up pushing people away.
Yes.
But that's
Yeah.
just.
They price themselves out the market. Essentially, you'll find that people will be burnt out. People will just be like, I can't keep up with it anymore. I'm not gonna buy anything. And that's what they need to avoid, because we don't have infinite income, and sets are more and more expensive as inflation. If you think about the boring adulting, inflation at the moment, the inflation is outweighing the wage increases. So your inflation is more than what you're getting in additional money. So you're worse off than you were last year. Therefore, you've got to be more frugal with your money, which means your purse strings are tightened for your disposable income to spend on your hobbies and interests. Which, I was hoping that they would have kind of utilized and capitalized on rather than just continuing on. But at the end of the day, they're a business. If they can scrape that bit of money out of you, they don't have to see whether you eat or drink. They just want your money.
Now, I did also just realize we did not ask Nicole what she's building. So, Nicole, what are you building?
Yeah.
And don't worry, I forgot about myself too. So.
Oh, yeah.
What are you building, Nicole?
I'm building Wicked.
Oh,
Yay!
Oh,
the
the
buildable ones.
figures.
I saw them. I saw the sets. I was so tempted. I saw them in John Lewis. I was really tempted to pick them up.
Yeah.
Just because I want to love them. I want to love them.
Yeah,
I really
me too.
do.
Yeah.
I want to love them.
I want the Wednesday one like that. I really, really want the Wednesday one like that.
Yeah. I have it.
The one I was most tempted by.
Okay.
The one I was most tempted by, and I don't know if you've already got it, Nicole, or if it's on your to buy list, is the entry level one, which is the university where there's the boat, and you've got the beautiful Glinda sails. They are gorgeous, and you get all 3 mini dolls in that set for £25.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
You get all 3 of them, and I'm just like, that's not like Lego. I mean, you don't get the attire, the black attire. You get the university attire, but still you get the figures, like all 3 of them.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I'm tempted by the Wicked sets, but I really, really want all the Wednesday sets, which I have one.
They look beautiful.
Oh, okay.
I've seen them in the Lego store. They look beautiful,
Yeah.
and the window scene with the huge stained glass window, which is just beautiful in its own right, looks incredible in real life.
I really hope that it is a window, because with this set, I thought that the background is a window, and I had planned for it. Turned out it's a sheet.
Oh,
it's like a foil, a plastic foil.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is a window. It's a printed piece.
Okay. I have the apartment here. I have the apartment, and I have the buildable figure.
Emily's here. Hi, Emily.
The apartment is so cute, Nicole. How it builds together, and you just unlock it to open it up.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Can't
Yeah,
wait.
I really want all the Wednesday sets. I think they're really cool. At first, I wasn't sure about those buildable figures, but the more I kept seeing them, the more I'm like, no, that's actually kind of cool.
I
That's really cool.
I gave my view on London Calling about
Yeah,
them.
you did.
I think I was on my own with the viewpoints on them, but I couldn't help it. At the time when I looked at the promotional photos, they did have that look in their face that was just that kind of, what's that smell? Like it was just there wasn't, but I think it was it when, because Lene was perfect at it. She literally was just like, but they're happy, and she showed all the faces up close. She said, "See, they're happy," and I was like, "Okay, I can kind of see it now." But it's the angle that they were at. They just looked like they were, they just looked like somebody had dropped a rotten egg in the room, and they were just like, "What the is this?"
Well, I think my Carl's interested in the Wednesday one because we both love Wednesday. We both love like dark comedy and stuff, and Halloween's one of our favorite times of year. And so Wednesday we love the TV show, and then when he saw that you could get the build up a figure, he was a bit like umming and ahhing, and I said, well, look at it, because you can get her in a school uniform, and then you get her in a dancing dress, and I think it was that fact that you could change her out into like the dance outfit, where she's doing her moves, and then that was a bit that was like, oh, actually this looks kind of cool, and I was like, yeah, it's good. And he likes the backdrop they give her, like with the gravestone and stuff. So he was like, oh, this actually looks like quite a good set. I was like, that's good, that means you can get it. I can see it.
They do actually, to be fair, I have to give credit where credit's due. They look really good in person, because I saw them in a Lego store. They do look really, really good in person, and the articulation design of them looks good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you already, when I do get them, I'm building her as with the dress.
Yeah.
Because that's my favorite part.
It's just Lego embracing that kind of gothic style.
Yes.
And it just works so well in Lego. Like utilizing all the different ways you can use black and trans black and clear, like those leaf pieces we're gonna get. I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to see all of the things that's gonna happen with that. It's gonna be so cool.
Yes. I'm excited. I did get one Wednesday set. I got the brickheads, but I still haven't opened my box from when I placed my October 1st order. Which I placed on October 1st. It's still
I have to
there.
say, that is kind of worrisome, because if the delivery packages aren't opened anymore, this is the first sign for purchases getting out of control. Not saying that this is the case, it's an indicator, a red flag.
Wow. No, I just haven't gotten around to opening it because life's been busy. Life's been a little hectic.
I know. It's an indicator of not to build one. It's I'm a real supporter of having a really healthy backlog. I need to, because otherwise I would struggle myself.
I'm sorry. Did you forget who you're talking to?
Hey,
right.
Hello.
So the backlog.
There's a healthy backlog here.
And the definition of healthy, it's very stretchable. I have quite a few sets as well, and they sit there for years. It's just that when delivery boxes aren't opened anymore.
Oh no, don't worry. It'll get opened. I was waiting until I was gonna just wait and film like an October haul. So I was just waiting until then to open it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's still, that's part of the reason why.
Yeah. And it's not that necessarily every delivery package that isn't open is per se a bad sign. It's just when they are staples of it in the entrance, and you can't enter the house anymore without stumbling over it, we will start an intervention.
Oh no, this box is in this room with me, so getting into the house is not a problem.
Right, and one box is totally fine.
Yeah.
If it gets into hundreds of boxes, and just buying for the
I
pure.
think Mike would
purpose of
kill me at that point.
buying.
I'm pretty sure he would kill me at that
Oh
point.
my goodness. We don't want that.
Okay, maybe not kill me, but like he would be really mad at me. Really, really mad.
Just gonna say, I think it's a good thing Bonnie isn't in the chat, because I saw that Chris here is making his Christmas list. I mean, he's already been told off for opening his advent calendar.
Yeah.
So here he is making his Christmas list, because Sophie's like, "Oh, to make you feel better, what Christmas sets do you want?" So
Oh.
yeah,
I think I said to Martin. I'm pretty sure was it which one I was going to get the we were discussing earlier, weren't we? We were talking about the advent calendar sets.
Oh yes, yeah.
And the thing is that it's the one of, if I do get the advent calendar sets, I am tempted, if it's the Disney one, the little Disney micro doll one, then I'll open that one every day, because there's only one micro doll that is exclusive to that, so I can do that.
There's
But the
only
Friends
one
one,
that's
I am
exclusive?
not waiting. That has been opened.
Oh really? Okay. No, well, I bought 3 today.
Three different ones or three of
Yeah,
the same?
three different ones. So I bought the city one, which I had to have because it's got all the jumpers and it's got the little dog with the Christmas jumper too.
I
And
love
honestly,
one.
that one fig was like that. I need that set for that. I was like, yeah, I need this calendar for the little doggy in the little Christmas jumper. So yeah, so that's going to be awesome. And then I picked up the Harry Potter one and I picked up the Star Wars one.
Would you believe I still have not picked up the Harry Potter one?
Well, they were discounted over here. There was like £5 off. So from a retailer,
I have not been able to find them discounted. I found the city one discounted, so I bought that one. But I have not been able to find the Harry Potter one discounted. Nobody is discounting it.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna just end up having to pay full price, which is fine because I usually do.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have more of appreciation for it because I made a promise to Chris, and we both made a promise, because Chris said to me, because I hadn't watched Harry Potter, he said, "I'm not gonna play," and he's in the chat, so you can testify to this, sign us or not. He goes, "I'm not going to play Animal Crossing if you don't watch Harry Potter." So I kept my end of the bargain, and I watched the first Harry Potter film.
Yeah.
So that I understand now. I understand all of the lore behind it. And when I saw Diagon Alley, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I understand why everyone wants everything in Diagon Alley. I really do now. Because I'm just like, but it's so cool.
Yeah. Like, it's such an awesome place.
Yes.
Yeah, Diagon Alley is very cool. Like, if you ever get a chance to go to Universal Orlando, like, you have to go to the Wizarding Worlds.
Yep.
Because, it's so immersive. Like, you can't see, like, you know, any city skyline or anything like that. You really are, like, in Hogsmeade or you're in Diagon Alley.
Yeah.
because it's so immersive and it's so I love it. I absolutely love it. So fun fact I actually have so the Great Western Brick Show event, there was something going on with our lug, which meant that we were able to obtain a box of pieces at a discounted price. Like, I can't go into too much detail because obviously it kind of like goes into the naughtiness of we're not supposed to disclose it, but anyway, but in this I got a few bags of Lego from Damaged Sets, and in one of those bags it was from Gringotts Bank. And I know that because I got the head and the hairpiece of one of the characters from Gringotts Bank. I've got the and there's only one in the set, and I got that one, and it's the one with the dark orange hair and ears, and then the matching face. And I don't know if I've got it to hand. If I have, I'll have actually. Here you go. I've got it. And I know Chris would be like, "That's this figure," and it's really morbid because it's like headless, but just.
Oh,
Ah, yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's one of the goblins.
Yeah.
So
That's one of the
I haven't
bank
got the body, but I got the head. And apparently, this is the only set that this comes in this color. It's exclusive. You can't get that headpiece in any other color. Oh, sorry, in that color in any other set.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah.
Redmond.
Hi, Redmond.
Yeah. They're normally white, don't they? They normally have white hair. So yeah.
Yeah, white or
Grey. Yeah. Light bluish grey.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Redmond, for helping me earlier. You truly was a help. You helped me a lot. Thank you. Redmond suffered with me.
Oh, okay.
He allowed me to cry.
Aww.
Only if I promised.
I just get abuse from Redmond.
He was very loving to me.
Oh, yeah. I don't get that. He'll say I do.
I
I do
might
not.
restart the router so that I wouldn't freeze up or anything, but clearly. Oh, and there goes my build camera.
Yeah.
See, so loving. Always.
There are many many that were in my Twitch chat that can testify. He does not get to escape and say, "I'm innocent." My eye. Are you innocent, Redmond? My eye.
It's a case of mistaken identity. It's
Yeah, maybe you were talking to somebody else. There's another Redmond. Yeah.
Ems was there. Ems saw it all.
Yeah.
Ems does not see through the facade.
Maybe it was Redmond's Nevermore Night Witch doppelganger. You know, dream. Spider.
Okay. So hopefully the build camera will be back. Here we go.
Oh, there she is.
Here we go. I had Mike restart the router and everything to make sure like this wouldn't happen because we had this issue yesterday. But clearly it didn't work.
Redmond is 100% amazing, and I love him to pieces. we muck about and we have a laugh and a joke, but truly that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. He's very considerate. He'll always ask how you're doing.
Yeah.
He just chooses to be cheeky afterwards.
Oh, a nameless goblin. Okay.
Oh, he's nameless.
Yeah.
Harold.
Hi, ATB. Lego Team B in the house.
Hi, Lego Team B.
Hey.
Nice.
See, everything comes straight from the heart.
Oh yeah, like 100%. If there's something, if I'm not well, I'll get a message from Redmond. Like, all joking aside, like there's no animosity there. It's just all jesting and fun. It's just very, very funny.
He's been very cheeky.
Very.
Oh, I never said what I was building today.
Oh, right.
No, yeah.
I am so far behind. I am working on the Hocus Pocus house.
Yay!
Ooh,
oh, that's so pretty.
I'm only on bag 3. So if
Yeah.
you look at the build camera, that's where I'm at on it. Not very far. I'm working on building whatever that thing is.
Oh, the water wheel.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Like I've watched. Obviously, I've watched it, but I don't watch it enough to know everything. Like I know the main characters and stuff.
Yeah.
But
No,
if it was Harry Potter, trust me, I would know. But
yeah, I got Carl the Hocus Pocus house last year for his birthday, and then I got him the case for it as well, and it's sitting like right here. So it's been built, it's put in the case, and it just sits there like perfectly preserved.
Have you considered lighting it up? Is that the next step?
I don't know. I've never done a light kit, so
I'm thinking about getting a light kit for this one.
yeah.
I also want to light up my Home Alone set too.
Yeah,
because I think that would look really good. But like at some point, please ignore the sound of a smoothie being made in the background. But at some point, whenever I get to another section of my city, I want to have like a Halloween section. So I want to put like or a spooky section, and I want to put this in there along with my Monster Fighters mansion thing. I want to put that in there too.
See, I was in the dark age with the Monster Fighters. I'd have loved Monster Fighters.
Oh, I paid a pretty penny for it, but I got a good deal for it at the time, and I got a good deal for it for now too.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually, if anybody wants to gift me any Monster Fighter sets, that is what I'm working on collecting right now. Well, that's what I'm working on collecting, period. Is the Monster Fighter set I have. So I have the house, and I have me knocking over the mentors in the thing too, as usual. Always those two. And then I have the Vampire Hearse, and I have the zombie one. And I have a baby girl who is all over the place. Yeah. So I only have 3 sets. I need the rest of them. And I want everything. I want the poly bags. I want all of it.
Yeah.
So I can have a nice, cool, spooky section.
I came back into Lego just after Hidden Side started to die down. So I missed out on a lot of Hidden Side.
Yeah, I started Lego right. I think it was like shortly before they were retiring Hidden Side. I like some of the Hidden Side sets. I don't like all of them, to be honest.
I have to build. I have the Shrimp Shack.
I have that one, and I built that
because
one.
I love that one. And I bought it was one of the first times I was on a live stream with Greg and Sai, and we were building Hidden Side, and I bought the subway train, the portion of the subway train that turns into the monster.
Yeah.
And then once I finished that stream, I remocked it because in my early days on Instagram, before I was really doing much of my own content like live streaming and such, I would practically build a set and then I'd take it all apart and remock it into something else and then post it on Instagram. And I made a haunted train station mock from that because I loved that so much. I like the whole lure behind trains and things, especially like the London Underground kind of pop culture. I think it's so cool. So that resonated with me, that theme, because of that kind of set. So yeah, I bought the Shrimp Shack because how could I not? That is an amazing set.
It is. Yeah, I have the Shrimp Shack, which I built, and it's up there. And then I have the boat to go with it. And then I have Mike found the school on sale, like on clearance price, because it was like after they retired the whole line, and he got me that one.
Yeah.
The school
and I have the whatever the race car is. I have that big race car one too. I have that too.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the owl.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love it
Heck,
so
did
much.
I miss that when I built that? Like, I totally missed that.
There he is.
I was given a when I was building it, I had two individuals in the chat going,
Yeah.
he's gonna see it, he's gonna
Yeah.
see it, oh, wait for it, you're gonna see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you have me, who is the big Harry Potter fan. Did I see the owl? No, not at all.
It was I loved that part. So
Yeah.
what a just yeah.
It's funny that
Great.
it's right at the end of bag 1, isn't it? So it's like it's literally you stop at that point to get your next bag. So yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
But it's
It
not
just looks
mentioned
scary,
in
I
the.
like
Yeah, but it's not really mentioned in the instructions, like.
No,
Like
it's
okay,
not.
yeah.
No, it's not. It's not said anything in the instructions. It's just a nice little Easter egg bit that they put in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I saw something from the designer that made me know that was about. I can't remember. I must have seen it on YouTube first, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I saw it like on YouTube or something, but when I was building it, because I was building it on the live stream,
Yeah.
no, I totally missed it. And I'm building like, so, that's me.
Oh. But the good thing is that you built it on a live stream with a build cam. So theoretically, you could go back in time and look at it.
Oh, I didn't have the build cam back then.
Oh,
I only started doing the build cam like what, a month ago, maybe 2 months
okay.
ago.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
But
Mark, could you hold up the build that you are building?
Yeah. So I'm building. That's what I've done so far. So the set I'm building is this set here. Miles Morales versus Mobius.
Very cool.
Because it has bats and bats to Halloween.
Yeah.
and
All
Mobius.
about the
I mean, Mobius
Mobius.
is like a vampire, so
yes.
it's perfect.
Yeah. Have you seen the Marvel movie the black one, the Venom one, the Venom movies?
Yeah, I've seen the Venom films.
Do you like them? Because I only saw a trailer of it, and the trailer looked intriguing.
Oh, I've seen the first 2 Venom films. The new Venom one, Last Dance or whatever that's going to called. Yeah, that's not out yet. So that's
Yeah, right. I just saw the trailer.
Yeah, I do like Venom, and I think Carl likes them as well because it's got one of his favorite characters, one of his favorite actors in it. So it's got Tom Hardy in it, and yeah. So I'm enjoying it because it's Marvel, and Carl's enjoying it because it's Tom Hardy. So
that's a perfect combination. Exactly. I thought it's too brutal. It looked to me like an alien movie. And then I saw the trailer and have never ever seen anything about it.
Okay.
So I thought that actually looks like a funny movie.
Yeah. Well, Venom's like a bad guy in Spider-Man for quite a long time. And then it's a bit later on, they do that thing where they make the villain like an anti-hero. So he's not all bad down to his core. He's just had a bit of a crappy existence, and then he reacts.
I thought you said childhood.
Someone stole his lunch money, and now
right. Because he's actually an outcast from his own alien planet in the original comics.
Yeah.
And then there's this whole thing which I think they're kind of hinting at in this, is that his alien species are coming to Earth, and there's this whole like symbiote war thing that happens in the comics. And and Venom actually fights on the side of Earth rather than the symbiotes.
So, right.
Yeah, so there's a whole like anti-hero thing with him.
Yeah.
And eventually, like he actually leaves Flash. He leaves Flash Thompson, and he goes with another character, and then they become another version of Venom, which is like a hero one. It's like an army type combat outfit kind of thing. Yeah, it
Yeah. Okay.
expands and goes on.
Yeah,
And on.
right. But now it totally makes sense because I saw the Groot figure Venom thingy, and I was
Yeah.
wondering how this goes together.
Yeah.
I think Mark. Oh wait, Mark.
So I just want to show this sort of really cool technique. So this is, so if I turn it up this way,
Oh, it's
this
like
is a goblet with
Yeah.
a trans stud and then a trans dot on top.
Yeah.
But they actually turn it upside down, and it is used as a potion bottle.
Ooh,
clever.
That's
That's
amazing.
cool.
Oh, did
So
you see?
for Harry Potter fans,
Yeah,
you now have the ability to make your own potion bottles as long as you've got some of these glasses hanging around.
that's
Yeah.
clever.
It's really
That's
easy to make, and you can
fantastic.
make all the different colours.
Yeah,
But that's what they do with this piece, and I think that's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
That
Did you
is
see?
So
very
effective.
Did you see the potion bottles are up on Pab as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
My
expensive.
basket's big enough. It doesn't need to be bigger.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
trying to I found all the leaf pieces and all the colours I don't
Oh
have.
yeah.
And that's like 20 quid.
Oh, right.
yeah. Wow. And they really put a price tag on it. I think €1.10 for one.
Oh really? Wow.
It was pricey. I thought, good.
I'm just playing with the wheel.
Wow.
With the... 'cause it's
I know that the torso for the the GWP for Baradur, the Fell Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that had a brand new torso for the Ring Wraith, and that, or Nazgul, whatever you want to call him. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that went on Pab, and it literally sold out within like hours.
Yeah.
not surprised.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Very, very quick. When
yeah,
they
yeah.
realise it's on Pab, because the thing is as well is that once New Elementary post the pieces,
Yeah.
people are there because they'll post links directly to the pieces, which is good.
Mhm.
It's good for those that are looking to get that piece. They'll post it, and then once it comes live, it's just like, right, done, in, buy, sorted.
Yeah. I hope
The
that
problem is you
not too
can't
many
hesitate.
buy. Yeah, but I
It's
hope
so
that not
cute.
too many buy it, because I
Yeah.
think the expensive price tags come from things get at a reasonable price at pub. All of a sudden, someone gobs everything up, then it
Mhm.
ends up on Bricklink or whatever platform, and then they raise the prices, and no one has a chance to buy it.
Yeah.
I hope that this is the reason why Lego raises the prices as well for the animals and everything. So if it really would be a reasonable price, like for a goat, let's say 50 cents for a goat.
Mhm.
If that really would be the case, I have a feeling that someone would buy the goats 50 cents by the hundreds and then put it on eBay or somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
So one of the things that I was sort of thinking about, and I know it's been discussed, and I can't remember. Forgive me, I can't remember where it was being discussed, but it's the future of Bricklink, because let's remember that Bricklink belongs to Lego,
Yeah,
and at the moment, Bricklink has the combination of people selling new pieces and people selling the used pieces.
yeah,
Mhm.
But also Lego is selling their own new pieces through
Yeah.
their own service, and yeah, there's got to be a point, because it doesn't make financial sense. There's got to be a point where that kind of changes,
yeah.
and you get one sole place to get your new
Yeah.
pieces from.
I
Oh.
think it's actually, I don't know, because when you on about marketing, so when you go into a supermarket and you buy something, Carl's just finished that set actually, Nightmare Before Christmas. It's amazing.
Ooh.
Yeah. when you buy something from the supermarket, say you buy a brand name like Weetabix, breakfast cereal.
Okay.
You buy those Weetabix made by Weetabix. You also buy, times are hard. You go, okay, I can't afford the brand label one, so now I'm going to go buy the store version of, the wheat biscuits or whatever they're called them, for cereal. They're actually made by the same people.
Yeah.
A lot of them are made by the same people. So
Yeah.
they're still made by Weetabix, but they change something very small in it.
Yeah.
And then they sell that to the supermarket, and the supermarket sells it on, because those big companies, and this is probably like Lego and Bricklink as well, even if they only earn 2p off everything, that's still 2p more than what they'd been earning if they didn't do it.
Yeah.
So instead of supermarkets or third-party retailers creating their own items to resell or getting them by manufacturers, they're still manufacturing, so they're still getting the money from it, from the first step, even if they're not getting the bigger profit margin off the last step of it. So I think with Lego and Bricklink, that's probably the same thing. From every sale, they are getting a portion, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because they get the sale from when the seller bought the piece new.
And
Then
they
they're
get the
going to get a small commission off of the
the resold
they
pieces. Yeah,
essentially
sell
they
it
get
on
sell
the thing.
price.
So
That is clever.
yeah,
The whole brand thing as well, it's really interesting, because in the UK we had a documentary about it, and I can't remember who it was that mentioned it to go and watch it, but it was amazing, because as Martin said, it gives you, and it's in the US as well, so it'll be in the US, it'll be in Germany, all over, like it's not just exclusive to the UK. You'll have your staple brands that are your name brand products, that are, the go-to, the brand for something, and then you'll have your, I know, Nicole, you have it, I don't know if you have them in the US, but you have your Aldi's and your Lidl's, and those are our discount supermarkets here. I mean, we only have one of the two Aldi's. I can't remember which one we have, whether it's the north or the south. We have one of them.
we have
and
Aldi, but I don't know which one it is. It's just Aldi.
Yeah.
And with Aldi in particular, this documentary exposed the fact that we have a crisp brand in the UK called KP. And KP make a brand of crisps called Hula Hoops. And essentially they're just hooped potato crisps. And Aldi have their own hooped crisps. They're exactly the same. Exactly the same. To the point where they accidentally put hula hoop bags in the Aldi ones.
Yes.
Because there's no difference. So literally, this show said, don't buy KP hula hoops. Buy Aldi hula hoops, because they're exactly the same. The flavors, literally, there is no difference. Nothing. Not even an ingredient. Nothing's different. They're just charging a cheaper price for the same thing. It was hilarious. So now it's just like, you sort of think to yourself, it's like, because you always had the back of your mind, just like when you buy washing up liquid, you know, how many factories are making a different type of washing up liquid for all the brands you see on the shelf? No. It's going to be the same place that does, it's going to be the same factory that ships it all out. It's just your factory run of that particular labeled one differs slightly. Same product, and no doubt you'll have overflow of the other one. If there's like an overabundance of fairy, they're just going to put fairy in the other one, so just be like, no one's going to know.
Exactly.
Yeah. And they have if you want to know, check barcodes or serial numbers.
Yes.
Serial numbers determine where things are made. And
it's amazing.
They
It'll
match
the
on a lot
numbers.
of products. Yeah.
Yeah.
They match on a lot of products. So.
Hey, Big Nate Bricks.
Hey.
How are you?
It's so good, and especially, and I applaud our I applaud, was it, I think it was Channel 4, or one of the terrestrial TV stations we have here, but I applaud them for doing it, because at the end of the day, with cost of living, you know, we love it. Oh, see that figure hasn't aged yet. Poor Sarah.
She needs more potion.
Yeah.
She's more life potion for you.
Oh my God.
I think she might be my favorite sister.
I love
don't
Sarah.
know.
I love her song.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
She did try, didn't she? She did try. I noticed in the second film she doesn't have as many lines as Bet.
No.
Yeah.
It's okay, Sarah. You had your limelight. Just harmonise.
Yeah. Aw.
But I love Hocus Pocus. It's so quotable. And it's like
Oh,
when they
yeah.
when they
Oh
when
my
they go
goodness.
first time they go outside and they see the road and they're like, oh, it is a black river, and then they push her
Yes.
and pushes the sister onto it, and then she goes, oh, and then she's like, oh, 'tis firm.
Still to this day, the Roomba as we don't want to spoil it, but number 2 is campy AF.
Yeah.
And it is just so funny. And it's just like, as long as you don't take 2 seriously, it is. You could get away with not watching 2 and you'd be fine. But 2 is so campy and fun.
Yeah.
It really is. I like both of them.
Yeah.
And supposedly
I
they're going
like
to come out with a third one? Or
Oh
am
my
I
God,
just
really?
crazy?
I don't know.
Because I thought I saw somewhere that they were potentially going to come out with a third one. I'm like,
But I thought they
What?
wrapped it up in 2. They finished it off. They kind of like tied up the whole thing with a bow at the end of it, didn't they? Really, they kind of closed the door on, unless it's not them, unless it's a future. I don't want to spoil it, but
yeah,
unless it's a different set of sisters or a different generation of sisters, but then doesn't that go against
it kind of goes
the
against
premise
the
of
whole
the
thing.
film? Yeah.
You gotta remember, this is Disney. They're gonna milk what they can out of
That is
everything.
true. That is true. Well, I mean, I remember when there was originally talking about making a Hocus Pocus or a Hocus Pocus 2, or like they were actually going to do a remake, I think, originally. And everyone, like, there was a massive petition to go, no, do not make a remake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Use the original cast. They are the ones who made this film.
Yes.
Like, if you get anyone else, it's not going to work. So just don't touch it.
I would audition for it. I'd just be like, I literally would be burnt at the stake.
Yeah.
Can you
Right.
imagine if you said I'm the new person in the show? It's literally people would just be like, you horrible. You took that away from them. It's like, yeah.
That's it, yeah.
See, I think some people feel that way about the HBO Max Harry Potter show that they're doing. It's like, how are you going to you're going to recast everybody? Because, I mean, you have to because of age and death.
Yeah.
But, like, the pressure on all of those actors and actresses that they choose, and especially whoever they choose for the Golden Trio, like, the pressure.
Yeah.
But it can really work because I am a die-hard Star Trek fan. I like the original one with Picard, with Picard as well. But I grew up with Shatner and Nimoy, and then they came up with a new cast. And open-minded, I went to the movies, and I totally was amazed that all the actors. I did not question that Shatner wasn't Shatner. I looked at it, and Bones looks amazing. Everyone really grew into the role to an extent that I totally forgot that it is a different character, theoretically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But there's still a lot of pressure on anybody who's going to be cast because it's like, are they going to compare them to the original actors and how they acted? And even the show itself, it's going to be compared to the books and to the movie.
Yeah.
It's already out there.
Yeah, but that's always that's in so many genres the case. Whenever there is a new Batman, poor Affleck, he was killed for taking the role.
Yeah. Actually, funny enough as well, Ben Affleck, when he played Batman, based on the physical description of Batman, he's actually the closest to what Batman would be if he was real life.
Yeah.
Like his physique and his height and everything is actually the most accurate physical representation of Batman. So these like skinny acrobatic looking people, that's not Batman. Batman's built quite thick, you know, he's quite big, but he's fast as well. So and that's why
he has no superpower, so he has to rely on that kind of bolt to protect him.
You know, and he's all in his training. Like he's trained for years and years and years, you know, to be this crime fighter.
Right.
You know? And so actually Ben Affleck's Batman and the fight scene when Ben Affleck is taking out the bad guys in Batman versus Superman in that warehouse, that was brilliant. That was so good. You know, it was like playing the Batman video game, but in real life. You know, he grabs a guy by the head and he slams him through a crate, and then, you know, puts his fist through a wall and grabs someone and pulls him through the wall. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I liked the movie. The only thing that I didn't like was the consistency in the storytelling, like hating Superman and Batman hating, and then he mentioned, well, my aunt is Laura May, and well, my aunt's name is Laura May as well, or his mother, or whatever.
Yeah,
Martha.
Suddenly we love each other.
Okay.
Yeah, and now the one thing I didn't like was Batman's supposed to be like a world-class detective. That's what he was first. He's from Detective Comics. That's where he comes from. No way would he be fooled by silly notes just going, oh, I hate you. Oh, I hate work. You did this to me. I'm like, oh, come on. Like, you know, he would have gone through the paper trail. He would have, like, checked it and gone back on it and, like, So that was my only fault with it. Yeah, exactly. But... yeah, so they made him a bit more stupid, but
yeah.
And the thing is, I know they tell us multiple times in both both Marvel and DC, you know, the comic book universe and the cinematic universe are two different things. No, when you're taking your source material from the comics, you can't have it both ways. You've got to. You know, it's one of those ones where you can't just pick and choose whether you decide to make it canon or not canon. It's like you've either got to do it or not. But it seems as if on a penny, it could change from, oh, this is suddenly canon, and then suddenly this is not canon because this is this. And it's like you've either got to have one or the other. Either you can't kind of chop and change between it. It's not fair to the fan base. It's like either you do or you don't.
Yeah.
Either have it canon or have it coincidental but unrelated.
They do that worse with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because Star Wars had a whole list of books that were considered canon. And George Lucas and Lucasfilm, whatever, they said if you write a book about Star Wars, you have to know everything that's happened prior to or after that point to make it fit in with every other book that's come before. So they made all the books follow the same storyline.
Yeah.
So you can't make something happen. You can't like kill Luke and then later on he's mentioned that he's another 20 years older. Like it wouldn't happen. They made sure that they followed suit. And then when Disney bought it out, they went, right, all that book stuff, that doesn't exist. Like, that's not canon anymore. That doesn't exist. So we're making a new story from Return of the Jedi and going onwards. And that's fine. Okay, they did that. But now, when you look at the TV shows and the movies and stuff, they're actually using a lot of the characters that were created in books and dragging them into the movies. So they've gone, right, that's all nothing. And then they're going, oh, actually, that's a really good piece. We'll tick that bit and we'll put it in. And then, like Thrawn.
Save us coming up with a character. We'll just pull them.
Yeah,
but
Thrawn,
they're not related.
No.
Just,
Yeah, Grand Admiral Thrawn in The Mandalorian and in Ahsoka, he was from a book called Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah.
Now that book is no longer canon. It's no longer part of the Star Wars main storyline. But that character Thrawn is such a good character that they dragged him in and used him.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Have you noticed that though? Certainly since Disney have done it, have you seen a character again? I don't know enough Star Wars to be able to to comment, but since the acquisition, have you noticed a character which, in your opinion, was literally background fodder character, but because they are marketable, suddenly they're this best thing ever?
There's a character in the second one. She was the engineer, and she stopped Finn from escaping, and she was a big character in the second film. You know, she went to the gambling city. I can't remember
Is
her
it
name.
the Captain Phasma?
No. But she was with. Yes, Rose. Yes.
I can't believe I got
Oh,
that.
the one
Holy
that
Yeah.
rode
crap.
the
Yeah,
one
that's
that
his
was
name.
riding the cam thing
Yes,
through
yeah.
okay.
Big character in the second film. In the third film, nothing. Like
Yeah.
you see her walk past the background, and that's it. And it's like
But
she
wasn't she
has like
hated
one
by
line.
everyone? Wasn't
I don't
she the actress who complained that everyone was against her? And
Oh, I don't know about the behind the scenes,
yeah,
but I'm saying regardless of all that, I mean, if
yeah,
if that character, even if it wasn't that actress, that character was a big part of part two.
yeah,
I mean, the sequels are just a mess anyway. But
yeah,
the third bit, like she's not used. She's just not used at all. It's like, okay, we get rid of you and we bring in a brand new character who's now another strong female who's a warrior, and you know, the one who rode the horses across the Death Star destroyers and stuff and all that stuff. Yeah, they're just bringing a
I know who
different
you're
character.
talking about.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, you already had Rose. She was a strong female character, and then I don't
Yeah.
know. So
It's just it's a shame, isn't it? Really, because it's just doing disservice to
Yeah.
a fandom, and the problem is that because the fandom is loved so much, it will almost be accepted, even though it's wrong, because the fandom, you know, wants to ensure that. I mean, you think of some of those shows. I mean, everyone's got a viewpoint and opinion on them. As I said, I've not watched them to be able to comment. My favorite Star Wars film, my favorite Star Wars recent film was Rogue One. I loved Rogue One.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Carl
Rogue
loves
One
that
was
one.
phenomenal.
He likes the beach.
Phenomenal. Like that to me.
Yeah.
Han Solo I haven't watched. Like Rogue One I did because I was just like, because I knew 4, 5, and 6, I was like, you know, Rogue One is going to be this one. I was like, I want to see how this essentially forms into 4.
Yes.
And they did it beautifully.
They did a really good job.
Perfectly. And I know it's rated quite highly by a lot of people. They love Rogue One.
What I like in that is that they paid attention to detail.
Yes.
If you watch, Red 5 crashes into the shield. And Red 5 is the call sign that then Luke takes over when he gets put into an X-Wing. So he takes the place of the person who died in Rogue One, in the squadron, in the Red Squadron.
They literally,
So
the attention to detail is beautiful.
yeah.
And I'm so happy for Star Wars fans that is, you know, that attention to detail is there, because it gives them something that they deserve. Like when I went to go see, so when Episode 7 came out, me and my brother went to go see it because we were excited by it, and BBC were interviewing our BBC Radio Berkshire were doing live interviews at the cinema that we were at, and it just so happened that me and my brother were at the cinema. They came up to my brother and said, "Would you like to comment on the upcoming film?" And he went, "No," but my brother will, and pointed to me. And so they put the microphone in my face, and suddenly I'm on BBC Radio Berkshire. And so when it came to me commenting on it, I'll never forget it, and I'll never forget the person's face. They said, "Are you excited for this?" Because of course it was, you know, a new trilogy that's potentially coming out. We were really excited. Like, we loved 4, 5, and 6. So it's like, please don't fluff it up.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, it was really harsh. And they asked my viewpoint on it. And I went, as long as it isn't 1, 2, and 3, it'll be fine. And that was my comment on BBC Radio Berkshire. I went, as long as it's not 1, 2, and 3, we'll be fine. Which is awful, because 1, 2, and 3 have a place. You know, they have a place. But that's what I said. live on People's Radio Berkshire on the spot. So as long as it ain't 4, 5, and 6.
Wow.
And
Well,
then look at 9.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then
3 is like perfection compared to 9.
Well, I mean, that's what I was going to say. If you look at the sequels now,
Yeah.
people like the prequels because the sequels
Yeah.
are. And
Seven,
then again,
7. They could have stopped at 7,
Yeah.
made it like this kind of one-off, tied it up with a bow and left it, and I'd have been like 7 was okay. I liked 7 enough.
yeah.
8, 9, no.
Yeah.
9, no.
Yeah.
Go away, 9. Pretend 9 didn't exist. Bit like Indiana Jones 4 didn't exist.
Yes.
Indiana Jones. There is no Indiana Jones 4. What are you talking
Exactly.
about?
It's a trilogy.
Yeah.
It stopped
It is
at
a trilogy. It will stay that way.
Yeah.
And there's no Indiana Jones 5 either.
No, it's a trilogy.
It's a
Yeah.
trilogy.
We don't need to see old man Indy running around like
I
he's
haven't
25.
even seen that one.
No.
The last one I
Oh,
watched
yeah.
was the first one that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
My favorite one though is The Last Crusade. That's my favorite.
Oh, 100%.
I
oh.
love that one. That's why
So
I had to
good.
get the set with because
Yes.
now I have a Sean Connery minifigure.
The thing is, it was so funny. It's just the whole scene, but it was the first time that in how many years Lego made basically a warplane.
Yeah.
They didn't make it a warplane, but it's up there. It's a warplane. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
it's a warplane. And you even had the signage to Berlin. You left that in. It's
Yeah.
like
They
You
just took
can't-
off the Nazi symbols.
yes,
Which, yes, I agree with that. Definitely
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
of course.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But like, you just proved that you can do military Lego sets. You
there is
just
nothing wrong with it. It's a
proved it.
toy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking something so prevalent in history that people deserve to encapsulate, because these things happened. It's like, when you look at history books and you read them, there were some atrocious things in history, but it still needs to be told. We can't let these poignant moments in history be forgotten. It does injustice to where we are now, because we are what our ancestors made for it to be. So, in my view, the military stuff, I don't see why it can't be. Lego's ethos aside, like, I'm sorry, but Star Wars is just as violent as some of the war stuff, because
Well,
you
more
know,
so because they eradicated the entire planet.
See?
Star Wars
And-
is more brutal. Like, Star Wars will eradicate entire races, and that's fine because it's
Made up.
fantasy, and it's just like. But then
And it's
surely
not-
if something is real, it deserves more credit than less.
Yeah, and it's not a competition. Me as a German might say that, like, it's not a competition. We didn't kill a whole planet. We.
But when we look
Hey,
at it,
Trevor.
Hey Trev, I've just been to Japan. Like, can you imagine if there was still a thing? It's just like my ancestors, and people, previous generations of Brits were awful. But that's not me. That's not, without going into too much detail, like, you do your history, we were horrible. We were horrid to a lot of
Yeah.
people. And, and I think that we're doing disservice to history by just going, nah. Especially with a brand so forward thinking as Lego, they're so backwards in other areas, which is so sad.
Yeah, and they could do so much with America and their
Yes.
native history and
Well, I can kind of see you avoiding that because there's still
But there is no
still-
picking. There is no picking. Like,
there
okay, the
is
Germans
still a
can
lot
take
of
it.
animosity, though. There is still a lot of animosity from the Native Americans about
That's
what
true.
our ancestors did. Like
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
and
it's still very, very Very
true.
chill.
Point taken. If I were Lego and I would want to do that, I would work with the community, bring
Yeah.
in the people who were affected by it, and bring in and let them be the voice. Let them be the judgment of is that good taste or
Yeah.
is that now borderline
Yeah.
racist?
Yeah,
I mean,
because you want to do it in
they've
good
done Wild
taste.
West sets. Let's face facts.
Yes.
They've done Wild West
Yeah,
sets.
they have.
You know, that was a whole theme, and people love westerns.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and yeah,
And we have
westerns.
guns in Lego. To say we
Yeah.
don't have guns in Lego, that's bull crap. We've got
Yeah,
guns in
that's-
Lego.
that is.
Pistols, rifles. You've got stuff from the westerns. You got stuff from the pirates. There are
Yeah.
guns in Lego,
Yes,
and
there are.
cannons and other weapons. You know, so yeah, so they have done a lot of stuff, and yeah, you know,
I guess what I'm saying is I can see why Lego doesn't want to touch the whole
I mean,
thing.
we
with
can
the
all
Yeah,
see
yeah,
it, can't we?
because
They
there
don't
is
want
still
to.
a lot of stuff going on
They don't want to
now
rifle up
that
feathers.
doesn't even get reported in the news.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of really bad stuff. Like
yeah.
Native American women that go missing and nobody searches for them, or you know, a lot of bad things happen to Native Americans and nobody does anything to help them.
Yeah.
And we're talking at
Yeah.
the government level. So like I can see why Lego would stay away from that, just because it is still super touchy
Yeah.
over here.
It's just a shame that for that community and that those veterans and those that are, you know, that are Lego lovers and, you know, are proud of that kind of area. With it, you know, proud is maybe the wrong word. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah.
they take pride in the service they did, and they get to see it represented in Lego form by a third party. So, and I know Lego acknowledge them. Lego aren't exactly acknowledging them. You know, Lego acknowledge the fact that they exist.
Yeah.
They're not saying they don't exist. It's just that their brand says no to it.
Yeah.
It's just, I suppose it will be, you know, we see Indiana Jones. It's like, well, it's fantasy. It's like, no, it was based on real life. Like, it was based on real life events. It was based in a real life time zone. A movie is a movie, but you know.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
but it was just a double standard. I think it was like, so it was okay to have this, but you won't touch this. And I know it was already spoken about and covered and things. But,
Yeah.
Like I think they should do military Lego because they could still have it be like
you could
they
have it
could Lego
fictitious.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
You
can
could
make
have
it. Yeah,
fictitious.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They could add that Lego
North,
humor
south,
to
east,
it.
west, red, blue, green, yellow. You could have it, you know, so that people can have. Because I'm not being funny, but we had military sets growing up: army men, tanks, the whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
had all of that growing up. Like, you'd go and buy your little bag of green army men, and then you put them all out on the things.
Yeah.
So it's not as if we weren't having those as children. That's my point.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
like we didn't turn out any worse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love how Chris is like, so subject change. So
Yeah.
I
subject
know, like,
change.
please change the subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, I've got it. I've got City Gardens. I bought it, so I have it. So I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you got it.
Yeah,
Because I know
it's
you
with
really
Gaz
love
at the
that
moment. Gaz is looking after it for me, but I have it. Yeah.
Yes.
You are a very trusting person.
Yeah. Did you see what Chris said earlier about the Julian polybag?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
We've
so
already
cute.
messaged back and forth about Julian Polybag. Like, the minute that Chris knew, he messaged me. He's just like, Julian Polybag. I'm just like,
Yeah.
yes.
Right.
Oh,
One,
sorry, I was going to say the Julian set's on like reduction as well,
I know.
and that's probably the one I want because I love that torso.
Yeah, I've got to
Yeah.
get it. Like,
Yeah.
seriously, Julian, separate from that set, is nearly the price of that set, and you get all those
Yeah.
really awesome little pieces. So
Exactly.
it's a buy. And so we get Julian again,
Yes.
and it's like, I get it. Like, there were 400 villagers. Why are we having another Julian? But it's because Lego want to create a polybag, and they don't want to. There's no other mold because Julian's a one of a kind mold. Like, if you think about the villagers, we have the horses, but Julian's the only unicorn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Julian's mold is unique. So,
Yeah.
but I would say, and Chris has just said it, I would have had Julian with his eyes open, just something a bit different. Had his face print a little bit different, you know, or a smile on his face, or something that was a different expression, just so that you got an exclusive Julian.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we get a pink hoodie, we get basic print legs with nothing on them. So literally, we just get an exclusive torso.
Yeah.
In a art set. It's very cute. It is very cute. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the set is adorable. Like, he's painting a canvas, and it is adorable.
Yeah.
But the only exclusive part in that is a pink hoodie. But it's still cool. But yeah, I think Chris said it earlier. It does nothing beats Maple Polybag. Maple is adorable, and you got the little garden with Maple with the little watering can, and that
I
is
do like the
cute.
maple poly bag, but I'm still not buying it.
I have the Maple Polybag. So that is the only AC set I've got.
Until you get your Julian set.
Till I get the Julian set.
Because I remember sending a picture to Martin. I took Martin's stick fig and put Julian's torso on him.
Yeah, it's so cute. I love that torso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we've got all these new figures coming, and it makes me really excited because, of course, we're finally getting the Able sisters, and we're finally getting one of the three, and it's just like, at least we've got the mold. It means we're going to have all three sisters.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Why make a new mold just to make one fig? Like, we're going to have all three.
And
they're just
if
coming
we
in
are
as
lucky-
CMF line.
Yeah, right. I hope that it will be a CMF. And then you cannot put all three in the CMF, because then you had 1/4 of CMFs already covered just with the sisters.
Yeah. But it'd be so good because, you know, Mabel is really cool. Like, Mabel is the one that everyone loves. But
Yeah.
Sable is so cute. She's the quiet one. She's the one doing all of the work whilst Mabel's selling it all. Like, Sable's
Right.
in the back. And she's
Although-
adorable.
I make a point every once in a while. I walk up to her station and talk to her.
Yeah, I do. And the more you talk to her, the kinder she opens up, and then eventually she gives you patterns for free. Keep talking to her, and she becomes friendlier because no one talks to her, which is really sad. And she's such a sad story because she brought the three of them up, and there's like a really sad backstory. So Sable, that's why Sable looks sad, because she's the oldest sister. She brought them all up. Because of what happened to the parents. It's really sad, actually, her
What
backstory.
happened to her parents?
So they're no longer here.
Oh.
So she brought her sisters up on her own. So you can see, like, that's why she has kind of like more wise and more kind of almost like sad eyes, because she's obviously seen it all and gone through all of that.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the story behind Isabel and Digby. So Digby is Isabel's brother, and you don't see him in Animal Crossing. You can, but they were abandoned puppies, and they brought each other up. So it's just like, it's really sad, the backstories to some of these villagers.
Hey, oh
like,
my god! Isn't this supposed to be like a kids game with all like just a
but,
little?
But they gave backstories to them, and Isabel and Digby were abandoned.
Oh no.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why they're so close. And that's why they are. But it builds into their character, and kudos for Nintendo for giving them a backstory.
Right.
Like, not just, you know, pop into existence. You know, Mario just exists.
Yeah.
No kind of no backstory per se. I mean, I know the movie, which I actually really quite enjoyed. The movie gave them a backstory, but that's not necessarily canon to the games.
Yeah.
But you know, these characters have backstories. And it's like Timmy and Tommy, they're not Tom's nephews at all. Like, he essentially took them in and looked after them. So it's like there's reasons why these characters don't have parents they go off home to. Like, they've given them reasons why they're not, like, saying, see you later, I'm going to go see my mother now. Because...
Wow.
But I thought, wasn't it that Isabel told me in the game that when you log in, something that she got gifts, or someone sent her something. I thought family had sent her something.
Her brother, Digby, her brother.
Yeah.
So there's the two of them. But yeah, Digby's the one that tells you the story.
Oh, I need to do research.
Yeah, do research. It's like, but you get an understanding as to why these characters are kind of like the way they are. That's why Sable doesn't talk to you at the beginning, because she's got her guard up, because she doesn't trust people.
Yeah.
Which is why the more you talk to her, the warmer she becomes to you.
Right.
When she starts, and she explains that she doesn't let a lot of people in. She doesn't talk to people much, and then when you become a close friend to her, then she'll talk to you all the time. And it's like those sorts of things. That is where you start to kind of. But I can't remember what, because Isabel never tells you. It's Digby that tells you, and Digby's in the other game. He's the one that tells you what happened to Isabel.
Ah, okay.
So she will never tell you. She won't say that she was abandoned, because I don't know if she knows. I don't know if Digby tells you, but Isabel doesn't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But yeah.
So it's really good. In the past, I felt sorry that you cannot really have a conversation with them. It's just they talk to you, but you can't talk back. So kind of it's good. Because can you imagine if you could talk back, like,
oh my gosh. Imagine going to the coffee shop, sitting there, and then they pour their heart out to you. It's like, I don't want to turn the console off now because I want to hug you.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes. Oh, so Sonic for 2025. So I need Metal Sonic, because again, for people that don't know, I have a plan, and my plan is some of them have gone walkies. They've just literally fallen off, so bear with me. But my plan is to take the Sonic figures and put them in the Megazord, because these are the Sonic Rangers.
Yeah.
So we have Power Rangers and Sonic mashup. That is my next theme that I'm doing. And Gaz, I think it was Gaz, someone said that Metal Sonic needs to be Alpha 5. And I was like, yes, whatever set that Metal Sonic is in now needs to be bought, just so Metal Sonic can be Alpha 5.
Yes.
It's going to happen. And I've already decided who Zordon is going to be.
All right, okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
And I think we spoke, Martin. I think you didn't you do research on it to find out who it was?
I don't remember. Did I?
Okay, fine.
No, it's all right. Yeah, if you don't want to reveal it, it's fine. I'll.
So, if you've played the later games, so if you played, it might have been Ollie actually, Martin. I can't remember. We're in so many chats. It might be. I think so. Zordon is going to be Omochao from Sonic Adventure, that gives you like all the hints and tips, because essentially people ignore him until you need the advice, and then you go back to him. I was like, done. So there's going to be like the Zordon tube with a little Omochao in there.
Okay.
So that's going to be Zordon. So all these ideas are like flowing around my head, and I want to get them onto paper. That's going to be Bricktastic. So that display is going to be at Bricktastic.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's where it's debuting. So you're going to have a huge command center with lots of Sonic characters and lots of things going on. I don't know if we'll have the Megazord. I don't know if I can do that and bring all the modulars with me. I don't think I've got enough capacity to bring all of that unless I ship it all and then it'll all get broken. So if I was driving, then I would, but I'm not.
Yeah. It totally makes sense now that you said that that Gaz has your set. Because when you wrote in the chat that you bought Gardens, and I thought, okay, I can remember that I dragged home Gardens,
It's
and
huge.
it's just 500 meters from my, but still,
Yes.
How did he do that?
It's insanely heavy. Yeah. So I've got the largest Lego bag. So the place at the shop I bought it from at the Great Western Brick Show, where it was,
Yeah,
they gave me the biggest paper Lego bag that you can get,
yeah,
and it's super heavy.
yeah,
Like and because I spoke to Gaz beforehand, because I spoke to, first of all, I went to Carrie because Carrie's my go-to.
yeah,
Because I know that she's got her ear to the ground on all of this sort of thing. So I spoke to her about it and said, is it worthwhile? And then I went to Gaz.
yeah,
I then said what I wanted to do, but I explained to him that I wouldn't be able to bring it back.
yeah,
And so he then said, do you want us to hold on to it? And I went, are you all right to do that? I wouldn't have bought it otherwise.
yeah.
I said, are you all right? And he goes, yeah, of course. Like, don't worry. That's absolutely fine. And so then he went over with
Give me
when I
all
bought
your
it.
Lego.
Yeah, Gaz is like, what's one more set, really? Like, you know. Like,
He's already got it. It's fine. Like, I
Yeah.
know he's already got it. So,
Just kidding.
yeah, but he's looking after it for me. So,
Yeah.
but that's the only reason I could get it, because I wouldn't have got it home otherwise. Because literally, my suitcase that all my builds come, and Martin saw them all, they all have to fit into a suitcase. Otherwise, they can't come.
Right.
And I've got quite a lot that somehow fits into a suitcase.
Yeah.
And I can't fit the Power Rangers mock into a suitcase with all of those modulars. So I've got to make some personal decisions about what's going to be coming. The modulars might not be that Bricktastic. It might just be a huge Power Rangers mock. Although I did promise them that I would. I might be one, then the Animal Crossing mock, then the Power Rangers. I don't know.
Yeah. And if you stay over the weekend, you need clothes and stuff as well.
Yeah, exactly. Which last year I managed to get by because I'll stay with Carrie and Ian again, because last year we shared a hotel room, which cuts the cost right down. If you can share rooms with like friends, it just cuts the cost right down.
Right.
And so that's what we're doing this year as well, because it works well for us, because then it means that because essentially the rooms come as a double and a single.
Yeah.
So essentially the room isn't that much more expensive to have a single bed in with the double bed. So of course Carrie and Ian have the double and I have the single. We're only using it to sleep in, and we're getting the hotel for a fraction of what we would pay, because we're splitting it 3 ways, which is
right.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I do it the opposite way, where I've got a double room to myself.
So you can spread eagle on the bed
Yeah,
and be like,
I'll be there like, hey!
Me too.
I'll be lying with all my Lego sets. I'll be like, come on, guys, come on.
I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and just over on the Twitch side, By the Brick Book is lurking and doing some homework.
Hey.
Hopefully,
I wasn't sure about
homework.
that. Because when I look at the chat, I don't see the message in Twitch. That's why I didn't show it, because it looked strange to me.
Oh, you can't see it.
No, I see your message, but I do not see By the Brick Book.
Yeah, it's right above it. I can see it.
Yeah, it's right above my message.
Yeah.
So strange, but yeah, I didn't see it.
Wow.
That's okay. I got it.
I do agree with Chris's comment on Maple. Chris said Maple is the best polybag this year. New head print, new torso print, and new character. Polybags don't often do that. Very true.
Yeah.
Like the Draco polybag was one of my favorite polybags recently, because we got and again, I remember talking to Chris about this. The Draco polybag is compatible with the larger Forbidden Forest, isn't it? You can you can use it alongside that, because the tree is the same design and the same color style as the full set.
Also that's a 2024 set that's retiring.
Oh, the Forbidden Forest. I might have to pick that one up, because it's beautiful. The whole trees. I love the trees and everything. I think that's really nice. And the leaf, like to get the purple leaves. It's like, oh, I need to get these for the purple leaves.
Oh yeah. It's back there somewhere.
Yeah.
I did have again when I was at Lego Store, not yesterday. I was on Friday. I was at Lego Store. I think Friday or Saturday. I can't remember which one. Is it Friday? Must have been Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. I was at Lego Store on Friday, and I did stand and stare at Diagon Alley for about 2 or 3 minutes. I walked away because I was just like, I could hear Liz going, "Just get the play sets. Just get the play sets and build it up alongside there. You'll be fine. Like, don't worry about getting that one. Just buy the play sets. You'll be fine." That's
But
what
the
was ringing in
question
my
is
head. It's like,
really count the prices up. I believe the diagonally, the big one, is in the end less expensive than the single ones if you add it really up, and it's bigger. The play sets are nice, but they are tiny, and you get better value the big one. You have to pay a bigger chunk at first and get 4 buildings. The smaller buildings, if they were really price reduced, if you see them from Amazon and you get each building for 50 euros or pounds, that's a different story. But if you pay retail for each building, then buying it at a package, if you can afford it with the money, then the whole package is, you get more.
Yeah.
So with the playsets though, the playsets are made modern now because obviously Diagon is a couple of years old, so we've got new pieces since then. And so are we finding with the playsets you're getting more detail, or is it just an alternative?
I think it's a smaller alternative.
Okay.
Well, I know that in the playsets like the Ollivanders, they got the new molds for the wands and stuff like that. So they have introduced new elements specifically for Hogwarts, just for those sets. But yeah.
So for someone who is gradually trying to not buy all of it, because I can't do another theme. I can't. I've already got.
You say that now. Just wait.
Yeah.
I know. That's what. Only watching the first film, I already want Diagon Alley, and I haven't even seen it in the other films yet. So, yeah. The thing is that for me, when I saw the price of it, I was like, actually, it isn't as bad as you think it is, because you look at what you're getting for the cost you're getting, and when you look at the price per piece, it's actually really good value, because in hindsight, you're going to be building. And I know Gaz loved it when Greg and Gaz built it. I know they absolutely loved Diagon Alley, and I know if I said, should I pick it up at some point, no one's going to say to me no. So it's a case of if I
all
choose
going to say yes.
Yeah,
I'm going to say yes. I haven't built it, but I've got it. So.
Yeah, if I choose to get it, it will be because the buildings are amazing. Like, don't get me wrong, the purple and the orange one is a little bit kind of like jarring to me, but the other ones, I just think you could essentially strip off any of the Harry Potter branding, and that could be a cobbled street from any place in England. And it would work perfectly. I don't know if the purple and the orange building would. I think that's a little too kind of Friends-esque for England.
Well, it is based off of. So supposedly, Diagon Alley is based off of Victoria Street, that is in Edinburgh.
Yeah,
and they have really colorful buildings. So that's why the Weasley Wizard Wheezes is like purple and orange, and it's like very in your face.
But I remember from the first film seeing Diagon Alley at the very beginning, so of course you don't see everything. You know, I got to see Gringotts, I got to see, and I was like, I can understand why everyone was just like, the bank is phenomenal. Because when you look at the UCS bank and you look at the film, you know, and you look at the angles that Gringotts is at, and you're just like, okay, I get it now. I get why people were super excited, because not watching it, I'm just like, it's a wonky building, but I understand that people are. But when you get the understanding behind it, when I learned about the vaults, I learned about some of the vaults and you know, underneath. I've only watched the first film. Like, there's still so many to go, but I learned about the significance of what's underneath the vaults and particular vault number and what the significance of that was. And you kind of then piece it together and go, I now get it. I now understand why people wanted Gringotts for such a long time, because even in the first film, Gringotts played a role in a huge role in the plot of, behind what was going on.
Yep.
The sticker, even sticker aside, like I could put up with that because the build itself just looks amazing. But
I think Chris said actually, if you want the Gringotts sticker that's been corrected, go to, I think he said it was unique displays, maybe.
Because I'd buy, because I know Chris will agree. I would buy exclusive. I'd buy separate pieces to apply the correct sticker to, and keep the original sticker and the original pieces to the set untouched, so that it is exactly as it was, and just use the other sticker, but keep the original one with the pieces on separate. So then I've got the original. I have cut stickers before, but I've only ever cut stickers on a non-official Lego sticker sheet, and that was the Asda sticker sheet, because they overlap stickers, and I was like, hell no. So I cut the sticker sheet so that they went on individual bricks. I was like, no, I'm not having Asda stickers going across bricks. No, we've gone past that stage now. It used to happen, not now. So now I literally cut them so each piece had its Asda sticker on it.
Yeah, he's saying that on some of the other shops they do split words between seams on bricks.
But I think we talked last stream about it. Those are different words, and not a split within a word.
Yeah, they weren't split. They were split by word, not within the word.
I get you. So they didn't divide up the actual words. They divided up the full phrase between stickers. So there's more of a gap between word 2 and word 3 rather than the word itself being split.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Because I've got
That's
sticker sheet.
doable.
I've got a sticker sheet. I've got a few of them actually, because I bought them years ago, and I probably got them to hand. I might not, but I got the Honeyduke sticker sheet a couple of times because I love the windows. So I've got multiples of I've got like 2 sticker sheets of Honeydukes. I haven't got Honeydukes at all, but I bought sticker sheets of it because I love the windows. I think the windows are phenomenal.
The windows are so cool.
Yeah.
And really quick, hi more over on Twitch. How are you?
Hey more.
Thank you for joining us. Not ignoring you, I promise.
Oh no! Oh, Trevor's had bad luck again, because Trevor had bad luck with the botanical gardens, where 2 of his glass pieces were scratched, and so he had to get them back from Lego. And now he's had 2 pieces of the balloon that's scratched too.
Oh,
that's pretty pants.
That's poor.
Like, they should put those in separate bags.
Paper bags, even just protect them.
Yeah.
Like, they're expensive pieces. Why would you put people in a situation where you know they're going to come to you and they're going to ask for new ones? So why not just put a paper bag on them? And then...
when you build this, I can't remember who said it, but when you said about your owl and you can't sit them so they face out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you think to use the action piece just underneath?
No, because I didn't use the spare one.
You get a spare one, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've just popped that in, and I was like, there he is. He's just launching from the window.
Because he doesn't quite sit.
Yeah.
He doesn't quite sit flush.
Yeah, he can't fit in because his wings are too deep. Yeah.
Well, you have to have him face inside with his back to everyone.
That one.
Yeah. It's just like, that's not nice. Like, that owl's being rude. He's just like, his back to you, like, no.
Yeah, use the other action piece, and then you can have him like launching out the window.
Cool.
I do have about 10 bajillion of those, so.
Can you fit your owry in shot?
Can I fit my owry in shot? There we go. Hang on.
Yes, you can.
You can. See, I couldn't. I
So I need
couldn't.
to. Do I need to Chris's looking gaze? Is it?
You'll make him choke.
Yeah.
You'll make him cough up her.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's good, actually.
Oh yeah, that's
This
really
is
good,
maybe
Trevor.
It
Yeah.
The
makes
question
perfect
just
sense.
is, why is that necessary?
I know.
Because I
Yeah, we
couldn't-
shouldn't have to.
They've done it in the past. They have put big pieces in their own bags in the past.
Yeah, the Fiat 500's windscreen came in its own bag.
These came in their own bags for the Hocus Pocus house.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
So
not like
maybe it's
balloon
factory.
pieces, but
I wonder if it's factory dependent because it's the same with because people were getting differences with minifigures as well, weren't they? So CMFs were some of the quality control issues, whether people were getting,
Oh
and it
yeah,
was
yeah.
do with the factory it was coming from because the CMFs are done by several factories across the world because they outsource the CMF line to factories around the world to do for
Yeah.
them. So depending on which one it came from, depended on the quality control, and Lego couldn't quite pick. I remember that a couple of years ago because there were some really bad figures, like the printing was awful on them. But I don't know if that's changed now because obviously I think base plates are now done exclusively by Lego, but originally they were outsourced.
Yeah, so I
Lego
know
didn't
basically
produce their own. Yeah,
Hmm.
I know CMFs were outsourced to different places to
Yeah.
do.
But that's very interesting because that now makes sense. Because I thought that probably every company in the world that produces something, everyone who produces something, will always get a certain portion of the things that they produce
Yes.
as a sample and look at it. It's not
Yeah.
that they are solely sent to the customer and you have no idea what you are sending out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then what if it differs between each of the factories? It makes sense.
And this is it. It's that, you think, what differences are we going to have between them? So most of them are just not noticeable, and you'd never know. But there was a time where people would say, "Oh, if it came from X, that's Y. If it came from Y, then they're better than that." And it's just,
Yeah,
but I think we're past all of that now.
Yeah.
yeah, it should be strange.
But then
But it's
that's
a premium
the
product.
question. Well, that's the question with them producing so much stuff. Is their mass production now affecting quality? Because they can't manage it because it's too big to manage. Basically, yeah, they cannot keep an eye on everything. Now, I mean, I know I did on my quiz the other week. I did a question about out of every million bricks based on quality control, how many is thrown away, and it's only 18. I mean, that's a pretty damn good percentage.
Yeah.
But it is a tricky question because how many are thrown away and how many are
Get passed
different
through, but
then?
still wrong.
Yeah, because I'm still very oblivious, but I see so many reviews that people look at their sets and say, okay, it's supposed to be one color, but in fact I have five different colors. Another company maybe had looked at it and thought, okay, that's 50% of bricks that should be thrown.
It's coral. Coral is the worst color for variation, next to obviously white. Coral, like I've got on the pad wall. I bought I don't know if I've got them to hand, but they're so. I've got one that is literally orange compared to the coral colors. No difference. Same shipment, same thing. But this one is so different to the others.
Yeah.
And it's just like. But again, it would pass the QC for the plastic density, quality, clutch power. But the pigment, it would fail. But I don't know if they stay. If it was at the bottom of a pile, and I didn't see it because it was the bottom of a pile, I've put a bunch in my pab cub and not thought about it.
Yeah.
Then came back and found that I've now got this orange, this kind of like neon orange coral piece compared to coral, and it's like that would have failed a manual check if every
Yeah.
piece was looked at. So, and it wasn't it Grixie that had 1,000 plates that were brittle, like literally you could just do that and break them. So
Oh yeah.
there are pieces that are slipping through the net that the quality control. I've never seen
That happened to somebody
brittle
else.
pieces. I've never seen brittle pieces in like because the brown, I think it was the pigment, wasn't it? The brown
Yes. Yeah.
was
Yeah. It was,
Yeah.
pigment related. That the pigment would separate some of the. But I never saw it in classic green before, and I think his were classic green, and he's just literally like,
Yeah, his were classic green. And actually, I saw that it happened to somebody else, but she didn't order hers from Lego. She ordered hers through I think she ordered them on Bricklink, but it was the same exact plate. It was 4x4 green, and all of hers were brittle. But she was just able to just go like that, like she was snapping a cookie or a cracker.
yeah.
And I was just like,
But how did those pass quality control? Because don't they do the pressure test?
Yeah, and she ordered a lot too.
Yeah,
like,
I think.
I mean, it was a lot, and
Jordan ordered
all of
1,000,
them.
didn't he? It was 1,000 or something he had. I mean,
Yeah,
you
he
know,
had a
big
lot.
numbers, or 999 or whatever it was. But yeah,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
And then she had a whole lot, but she had ordered hers from like Bricklink. She didn't order hers from Pab. So like, I'm sure that this person who sold them to her probably didn't realize that they were brittle. I'm just going to assume, be nice to the other person. But I was just like, since when is there brittle green? Like, I've never heard of brittle green before.
And I do like what people do with brittle, because some people buy brittle and purposely break it to create a mock still authentic Lego. But then I'm just like, you know, you didn't purchase a set that had pieces in it that were snapped. You wouldn't have bought, you know, a Pirates of the Caribbean ship with that brown, knowing that 6 months down the line, all those browns are just going to disintegrate. So,
yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's just like when people do discoloured, they build castles with discoloured grey bricks because it looks amazing. But are we not just kind of not covering, but aren't we just making good of a bad situation that shouldn't have happened? If that makes sense.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Trevor. I need to. So Trevor sent me a link to lights for my shelves underneath the tops that he uses, because you can see that it casts drop shadow because the bookcase and the wall have a kind of slight difference, so it's got a drop shadow, which I quite like. But the problem is it doesn't help the sets because you can't see what those are.
Oh yeah.
Even though that one is a mock, so it wouldn't be an original set. But
Yeah,
you can see E-Blob's just hanging out there, just like
E-Blob.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love these shells. They're phenomenal. I'm so happy with them, and I got them half price, so it was even better.
Yeah.
This whole setup cost me 50 quid. I can't. You know.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. No, you can't argue with that. So over on the Twitch side, I am starting to look for who to raid. Because gotta raid somebody.
Yeah.
We'll have enough people to raid. Yes, I do. Because you only need one, right?
Yeah. You only need one person.
Well, I have two, so let's see.
Oh,
Am I going-
the brick bods are now dual streaming.
Are they dual streaming?
They are, because I've just pulled up Twitch and they are now on Twitch.
Oh, yep. I do see them. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen them dual stream on a Sunday.
No, this must be new.
I don't think
But
I've
Carrie
ever
looks
seen
like
them
Carrie
do
might be
it.
going for her affiliate. I thought she'd got it, but Carrie's got affiliate, I'm sure. But
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's
Well,
go.
I think
Right
that's
now.
where we're gonna go because they are friends of the channel, so I think that's where we're gonna go.
Cool.
Hopefully, it's not like some little test thing, and like by the time we do it,
Yeah.
we're gone.
Oh,
So,
I felt so bad earlier. I made a test stream and I jumped ship. And then afterwards I saw that Johnny said to Bill was in the chat like, where did you go? And I thought, oh my goodness, it was just a really brief one. And it faded, so I did not hang around very long.
oh,
I felt so bad.
think I've entered it right, so I guess we'll find out. So let's go over how far we've gotten on all of our builds. So I guess I'll go first. So this is how far I got on the Hocus Pocus house. We got a door, we got some windows, we got some walls, we got some interior going on.
The colours look so good.
They do. And then I do have the paddle
The
wheel
wheel
thingy.
is so cool.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is
got a
just
nice
fun.
play feature when you finish
I could
it.
play with this all day, just so we all know. I play that all
Yeah,
day.
it's just a fidget spinner for Liz. That's it.
It really is. So that's how far I got. And then these are the 2 minifigures that I got for today.
Yeah. Sarah and Mary. Oh.
Mary needs a Roomba.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
I can.
Okay. How far did you get?
Oh, so pretty.
Okay, that piece looks amazing. I know it's just plastic and not a piece, but that window looks
Right.
amazing.
It does.
Really is. Come on. First, she did not
And just
want
like,
to.
no.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
that base.
He's like, I'm not going anywhere. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks so good.
It's so pretty.
It is.
The only thing that surprised me was that when I saw the set, I never saw them really big. I imagined them bigger, and they are as big as my hand.
Yeah.
They are rather
They're
small.
like Scala size, aren't they? Head.
Yeah,
Escaping head.
yeah,
Obviously, the head is big.
yeah,
The big
right.
heads.
Yeah, but I like the arm. They are so posable. They are really. There's a lot that you can do, and with the little bag, she has
Aw.
Oh, she has
the green thing.
I
I
love
know.
the
She has
little
her accessory.
bag. That's
Like
adorable.
we're ready to go.
Right,
That's it.
I really love her.
So
So
cool.
pretty.
Okay, who's next?
I can go next as we're going along the thing. So it's done.
Cool.
Oh,
Very cool.
that looks really good.
It is really cool, actually. It is the same width as Speed Champions, so it is compatible with Speed Champions. This window piece is trans red,
That's nice. Yeah.
so that's so
Nice.
cool. There's no stickers. This is a print.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay,
So
I
it's
like
really cool
that.
to have. Yeah. And you get all the effect pieces, and then the figures. Mobius is okay, but much like Miles, the legs are plain. No arm printing, just torso, front and back.
Okay.
So you can tell that the budget went to the car and not the printing on the figures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But the potion is still my favorite build. That little potion upside down goblet is my favorite build. That was clever.
That's really smart.
Yes.
Okay, Martin.
Cool. Well, you've seen it by everyone else on here before. But yeah, I've done the tower, the owlry. So there we go. With all the little
The
owls.
owl battle pack.
The owl battle pack, yeah. We got Cho and Harry on the steps, as it is in the film. And then the interior, I've got the caretaker at the bottom. I like this. I know that you guys said about this before. How that rotates, it's a very clever
So
technique.
cute.
And then
Baby owl.
the little portrait I got was of the flying wizard. I don't know who that is, but
I don't know
at
who
least
that
it's not
is.
another duplicate because I got 2 duplicates in my burrow. So that was
No.
yeah. So at least it's not another one of that one. I mean,
Yeah.
they were both Rowena Ravenclaw, and I'm a Ravenclaw, so it's a sign. But like, yeah,
It's kind of like meant to be.
yeah, but yeah. So at least this portraits somebody different. But yeah, but very nice set.
Aw.
Like I say, it'll look good standing on its own. So even if I
Yeah.
get like other castle stuff or something, it'll match and won't be too out of place.
Yeah,
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 it will look
Yeah.
good on its own.
yeah.
that's
So it's very
cool.
pretty.
So on the Twitch side, we are going to, are they still? Yeah, they're still there. We are going to raid the brick bods.
Cool.
So
That's so cool to see them on there.
yes,
Yeah.
I am so happy that they are going to be there. And for the YouTube side, that is it. I hope everybody has a good week. And if you're in the US, it's a short week if you work in the government or whatever, because it is a federal holiday tomorrow. So if you have one of those jobs, have a nice long weekend. On that note, bye everyone.
Bye.
And if
guys.
you're on Twitch, see you over on the Brick Bods. Bye.
Bye.